what story that makes you feel like, okay, IQ is not enough and something else must be a topic of research?
Um, I went to colleges that were very high IQ on average. My undergraduate work was at Amherst College, which at the time was the hardest college in America to get into. And then I went to Harvard. And I looked around and I saw that there was a difference amongst people, whether they all had a very high IQ. But some people were much more effective, much more empathic, much more attuned to other people. And I think I felt that was an important ability or capability that mattered as much, and in some contexts more than IQ.
One of the really critical lessons that I see often, and I think is so powerful, is letting go of an idea we have of ourselves that isn't serving us anymore. Oh. And this is all about identity, like how we see ourselves and how we define ourselves. And so many leaders, they have this. It's really easy to, I mean, so many people, so many of us, and I must include myself in all things human, all human experiences. We have this idea of who we are, and it's part of, our ego is how we feel good about ourselves, and we hold on to that. It's comforting. It's stability. It's an anchor. And then sometimes aspects of that get chipped away at, or maybe it's a relationship that goes south. It is a promotion we don't get at work. Mm-hmm. It's suddenly a performance review that wasn't excellent. It's a new challenge at work that we're not rising to, but it chips away at our sense of self. And there are lots of different ways to handle that. And some people try to hide from it. They try to hide from the challenge. They make excuses. They point the finger. They blame others. They feel badly about themselves. They start disappearing. They start avoiding things. All kinds of different ways to handle that. But then there are those who step into it and step into the vulnerability of it and say, okay, there's something here I need to work on. There's something here that's, they bring it out into the light and say, oh, okay, I'm not sure what's happening here. I don't like this feeling, but for some reason I want to excel here and I'm not. For some reason, something's not going right, and instead of continuing to use the same tool over and over and over for the different problem, they say, okay, maybe I need to look at my toolkit. Maybe there's a tool here I don't have, and I need to get it. I need to develop it, because I keep bringing the same toolkit. I keep pulling out this hammer. I keep banging it. And it's not working on this screwdriver. It's not working on the screw. For some reason, it's not going in. And I think that willingness to break yourself down and say, okay, I need to let go. I need to let go of being the expert in this situation. If I'm going to grow, I need to let go of being the expert. I need to let go that I know what I'm doing right now. I need to let go of pointing the finger at somebody else. I need to look at myself. I need to say this is a moment to learn. I need to have some humility. I need to accept that I may not excel here. And I need to figure out what that means, and I need to rebuild my sense of self, and I need to move on.
Wow.
And that is brutal. It's so hard. It's so hard. But the leaders I have seen do that have taught me so much by their example.
Wow, that's wisdom right there, Gwen. So,
Yeah.
how can we build that capacity to let go of the things that doesn't work? Have that, to realize it as soon as possible, because not only it helpful for us, it helpful for everybody.
Yeah.
So rather than
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And I think it's what folks have learned out of that situation, and personally what I've learned out of that situation, having gone through it myself, and is what are the first signs and signals that you're in it? That you're the first signs and signals that you're in a situation like that. And when I think about it personally, it's like, okay, when am I in this? What are the first signs and signals that, like, I have a few more negative thoughts? I have more negative thoughts that come to me. I start to notice, like, like a little more complaining, internal or external. And that complaining is a little more like the finger pointing. It's external. It's like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is annoying. I'm not going, what's going on with me? I'm saying, I have a tendency to not eat as well, not take care of myself as well. I notice that I'm not attuned to my exercise routine. I'm not I am actively finding things to comfort me that aren't healthy mentally or physically. So I'm watching more TV. I'm reading less. I'm not eating as well. I've decided to skip the yoga class. Because there's something going on internally, and I'm trying to find ways to comfort myself, and those ways of comforting myself are not avenues of growth.
Wow.
Those are the first signs for me.
How have you been improved your own ability to think and expand in it?
So, the process, the wisdom development process I laid out, inquiry and self-reflection. Your ability to think is a part of your self-reflection, and it also involves intuitive insight. So you need to go to a whole other process called contemplation. That's where you just take something that's concerning you and you just look at it. And you learn to let that speak to you. So you're not, because as soon as you start trying to think, you'll overanalyze. And that's where most people get in trouble with their thinking process. They overanalyze. They analyze beyond what they need to, and they start adding things to it till what starts as a small problem becomes a huge problem because they see all the aspects of it. Well, that's a waste of time. Why not just contemplate on that and let that speak to you, and then say, do I have the confidence, do I have the competence to implement that thought? And the answer usually is yes, because the process of contemplation is part of you coming out and reflecting back to yourself. So contemplation generates intuitive insight, which is a higher level of thinking. Most thinking is overanalyzed. So you think you're thinking, but you're not. You're just analyzing.
So how can we let the intuitive thinking to help us to accelerate in our life?
Well, it's counterintuitive. The process is quieting your mind.
Quieting our mind.
Yeah, you quiet your mind and let those natural processes take place. After a while, you'll begin to realize what those natural processes are, and you'll start doing it that way. Most people enter the thinking process doing analysis, and they end up doing what's called paralysis of analysis. that do so much analysis that they become paralyzed and don't risk. The second part about it is when you have a clear thought like that, take a small risk, see if it works. If it doesn't work, it's okay because you were just taking a small risk. Most people have an idea, well, if I get that kind of idea, I'm going to bet the farm. And then there's a bet everything. No, that's not intelligence. That's not part of your natural intelligence.
Beautiful. Yeah. So, yes.
So, in reflection, you're doing a meditative process. You're allowing that, then you move to contemplation, which is another meditative process, but is a quieting process. Reflection is you're focused on one thing and letting that reflect back to you. Contemplation is you're looking at the whole and saying, what is the whole reflecting to me?
Wow.
And that's where the intuitive insight comes from.
Beautiful.
A lot of leaders are afraid of intuition.
Why is that?
I don't know, because intuition has always been a big part of my life. And in my family, especially working with my mother, she said, listen to your intuition. Doesn't mean you have to do everything your intuition says. Just listen to it. See what it says. And so here's where the wisdom of the heart comes in. If you have an intuitive hit, you have that intuitive insight, and your heart starts to sing, then that's the thing you take advantage of. You move on that.